back and forth and went back and forth until we were in the studio, and then we went back and forth some more, and it was just so much fun to, and he would say, we need to rewrite the lyrics to this song, and I'd be like, well, which lyrics? He'd be like, well, let's start with the first line. And so that's what we did with University of Bourbon Street. We had all the music that had, and the record's got the Preservation Hall Jazz Band on there, so I mean, you know, I helped write a song that has got one of the longest running New Orleans jazz bands, well, that ever happened in the world. And talk about a bucket list. It's not even something I wished for. I didn't think that it would be possible to even wish for something like that. So anyway, I'm a very lucky person and I'm thankful. The third idea he sent me was about what they teach divers. And Jimmy had taken this Navy diving course, as Mac McAnally would say, as a grown-ass senior citizen man. He was dropped out of a helicopter in full scuba gear into the water, and they tell you, you're gonna flip around in the water and you're gonna feel weighted down, and you're not gonna know which way is up, but up is where the bubbles go. Bubbles up. And he said, and I wanna write this as maybe a message to somebody who's struggling. And I was like, well, this is unique for Jimmy Buffett. You know, he's more usually like, I want to write a message to somebody who wants to get drunk and fall down, and with a flower in their hair, or like a lei on, or some coconuts for a bra, and which is, I respect that too. But and he said, I want to give hope and solace to somebody who doesn't know which way is up anymore, and to know that the light and the air is up there, life is up there, life will go on, you will be loved, and but no actual lyrics, although we managed to get those in. So I went to work on it, and I felt a little sheepish about it because I was like, this seems real personal. But he said, no, man, I want you to go for it. I need you to sketch out this idea. I got to go get my infusion. I got to go to Houston and get my chemo, and so he did. And I sent it to him, and I got the best message back that I've ever gotten from a co-songwriter, and that was a text. Wow! Exclamation point. Bubbles Up is great. I can't wait to work on it. I'm gonna save the other two like pralines on my pillow for dessert. And it was just the sweetest note I've ever gotten. And when Jimmy passed on September 1st, one of the first big things that came out was Paul McCartney started sending out all these tweets and Instagrams and Facebooks and things, all his social media. And it was like, I was friends with Jimmy Buffett later in his life. We became good friends. And I went and played music at his bedside on one of his last nights living, which is a really fun image, sweet image, right? Paul McCartney singing for Jimmy. And then he said, but he after I played songs for him, he said, let me play you a song. And he played a song called Bubbles Up. And he said, not only is it a great song, but it's the best vocal I've ever heard Jimmy do. And I just thought that was, well, I wish Jimmy was, I wish he was smiling down. So, pretty awesome. So. This world starts reeling from that pressure drop feeling. We're just treading water these days. There's a way to feel better, be well set to weather the storms till the sun shines again. When your compass is spinning and you're lost on the way, like a leaf in the wind, friend, hear me when I say, bubbles up, they will point you towards home. No matter how deep, how far you roam, they will show you the surface, the plot and the purpose. So when the journey gets long, just know that you are loved. There is light up above, and joy, there is always enough. Bubbles up. To my friends who were jolly when melancholy knocks, sometimes they let her in. And they sit, share stories of flops and of glories. Man, it ain't half as bad as the bins. Sometimes living is a struggle, multiply, double, but they love it too much for the party to end. Bubbles up, they will point you towards home, no matter how deep, how far you roam. They will show you the surface, the plot and the purpose. So when the journey gets long, just know that you are loved. There is light up above and joy. There is always enough. Bubbles up. So let's pop the cork to the rough and the right, to the bright blazing days and the sweet starry nights. Bubbles up, they will point us towards home, no matter how deep or how far you roam. They will show you the surface, the plot and the purpose. So when the journey gets long, just know that you are loved. There is light up above and joy is always enough. Bubbles up. Bubbles up.